Hey, why don't you just introduce yourself and your church to everybody watching?
Yeah. Hey guys, my name's Adam Sinnett. I am lead pastor of a church that gathers in downtown Seattle called Downtown Cornerstone.
And how long have you been a pastor there?
Our family moved downtown in 2010 to start the church here. So we're just about 13 years old. We meet in one of the more residential neighborhoods downtown, and by God's grace, we become super diverse church in lots of ways, ethnically and age-wise and background. We actually did a little survey recently where we discovered that there are 20 different languages that are spoken in our church.
Wow.
Um, so
Wow.
about 50% of our church lives within a couple miles of our building. The rest live in surrounding neighborhoods.
Yeah.
As you know, we're technically non-denominational, but we're Reformed Baptist and belong to both Acts 29 and Acme, which is why we're
Okay.
on this call.
Yeah, we're going to talk a little bit more about that. Now, I think a lot of people, they think of Seattle as a really needy place, a really godless place, same way they think about my city, Portland.
Yeah,
Tell us a little bit about gospel work in Seattle and at your church.
yeah. I mean, we've been doing this long enough. We know that every situation is difficult for different reasons.
Yeah.
There are not a lot of faithful churches here, but there are faithful churches here, and there are many men and women who love the gospel, and churches that are faithfully preaching the gospel. And we're just simply seeking to be a faithful presence in the downtown core, in particular. We are. Like I mentioned, part of Acts 29 and Acme, and we are just trying to make disciples amongst the neighborhoods here and the nations of the world. The way we talk about it is not only amongst the avenues and the alleyways of our
Hmm.
city. And we're currently in a unique season that we're very excited about, in process of moving into a new building that we bought during the pandemic. We're hoping to be in by April.
Oh, that's fantastic. So, as a relatively new church, you've been going for about 13 years. What kind of work have you all been able to be involved in internationally? What kind of gospel work internationally do you do?
Yeah. I mean, we always want to be doing more. I mean, at this point in time, we've mainly been focusing on unreached peoples and underreached people, and also equipping under-resourced pastors. And
Hmm.
so we're currently engaged in that work in Southeast Asia and Japan and Brazil and Turkey.
Oh, wow. That's a lot of places.
Yeah, in lots of different kinds of ways. Most of those have come about through natural relationships that we've had.
Oh, that's excellent. So that's a good segue then into thinking about Acme. You planted this church 13 years ago. You're part of Acts 29. You had a network of churches, a network of relationships already in place. Why did you decide as a church to be a part of Acme?
Yeah, I mean, the short answer to that is the theological distinctives.
Hmm.
Acts 29 is a theologically defined church planning network, but Acme is sort of like another layer in, a little smaller,
Hmm.
tighter
Yeah,
circle. And
yeah.
we want to plant churches and support churches and do church work that align with those distinctives.
Yeah, that's interesting. I think, we had a very similar experience in our church, already part of a network of relationships, and yet Acme gave us a place where we even more closely aligned than
Mm-hmm.
some of the existing relationships.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do you see that as really helping you then be able to lean into partnering together for gospel work? How does that help?
Absolutely. I mean, all churches that align with Acme distinctives want there to be more excellent work
Hmm.
that
Hmm.
exemplifies and multiplies those distinctives. And so it creates a unique tribe of guys in particular that are passionate about the way that we believe God has ordained these particular set of truths to shed the light of the gospel into the world. And so it creates great relationships as we seek to multiply the work together.
Amen. Amen. I'm thrilled that you guys are part of Acme, yet another church up here with us in the Pacific Northwest, trying to work together to the end of pushing gospel work forward, both here and abroad. Hey, are there some specific ways we could be praying for Cornerstone in the days ahead? One of the things you already mentioned is maybe this building.
Yeah, please, please ask the Lord for favor and wisdom as we're in the final stages of the building project. There are some challenges that we're currently facing, so that'd be great. Pray that we be faithful and pray for conversions. We just want to be a faithful embassy of the King and His gospel, and we want to see as many people possible come to know Him.
Amen. We'll definitely pray to that end. It's good talking to you, Adam.
You too, Michael. Thanks for the time.